Hey, how are you guys doing? So as we know, we had the 11th episode aired not too long ago. So we're of course going to take a look at the results of that poll. So just like every other poll from before, I had you guys go into the poll, rank your favorite girl after that episode of 1 and your least favorite being 11. So of course this is going to be helping us to figure out the trend, and of course this episode was focusing on the struggle between Ayumu and Yu, so it will be very interesting to see how people are going to be thinking about the results for that. So the previous episode, which was focusing on Yu, we ended up having Yu not doing so well, and the first time someone's episode didn't get them to rank first place. But again, she did have a solo song, so it was kind of understandable. And we ended up having Rina Tenoji winning first place. So of course that was not her episode. It's been a while since her episode, but she has been doing very well. Same thing with Kasumi and Kanta. They have been staying in contention for quite some time. So let's take a look at the results after the 11th episode. And well, we didn't get too much of a change here. We had two place swappings. We had Ai and Chizuku swapping places, and then we had Kasumi and Kanta switching places after the most recent episode, and we have Rina Tenoji winning the episode. But we're starting to see some stabilization in the placings because people are starting to have strong opinions formed for each girl. So here are the full results after the anime episode, and we could see that of course Shiriko is still struggling, but she didn't have the least amount of first place votes, so I guess that's for something because Kaden had 2 and Shiriko had 3 tied with Yu, so I guess it counts for something. But of course she's still doing pretty poorly. Who knows if she is even going to show up in the first season of the anime. I'm starting to wonder if that's ever going to be the case, as we only had 2 episodes, the 12th and the 13th left, and I didn't really see anything that necessarily made it seem like she will show in the preview, especially because that still seems like it's focusing on Ayumu's struggle. And if she is going to show up, it had to be the 13th episode, but one whole episode to focus on her just doesn't seem satisfactory. So maybe she just won't show up in the anime at all. That would be odd, but I guess that's the direction they're going. Yu, who is part of the struggle, I mean, she hasn't changed that much. She's still in the same placing, but it's definitely not her fault. And of course, if you take a look at Ayumu, she's still getting the second most first place votes, which is kind of interesting because I started to see a lot more dissatisfaction with Ayumu, especially the way she behaved. And you'll notice that her average will drop a bit if you take a look at the picture I'll show you later. But she still gets 4th place here, so she's still doing pretty well. And I do understand some people do like this, as you'll see in some of the comments I'll show later. That some people appreciate that Ayumu's trying to become less of a bland character. Someone's not standing in the back. So maybe it's gonna help her or hurt her in the end. But so far, it hasn't really changed her. Whereas Rina is still killing it here. And then we have Kasumi and Kanta still doing very well here, maintaining 2nd and 3rd. I somehow got literally zero votes for last place, so I guess that's good on her, but she's kind of in the middle here. Setsu's been in the middle, Emma's been fallen to the back, and same thing with Kaden. And Chizuku has fallen off after her episode finally, now that she's in 7th place. So now, with all of these results out of the way, let's go ahead and jump to the results for every episode here. So you can see Shiriko is just filled in red, just dying in the standings there, also not great. Chizuku was doing horrible, did well in her episode, and then fallen off. And you can see Yu, she's also did pretty poorly after her first few episodes. So if we take a look, Rina is still killing it here. She is best overall. We have Kasumi is still doing pretty good here though as well. And we've seen Kanta, she's doing alright. She's kind of moving up again, so we'll have to see if she's going to continue trending upwards or not. And we know Kaden has kind of fallen off after her episode, so not great. And then Ayumu, as you can see, she has moved back, which we had, what, a 5.5, now she's at a 5.8ish almost. So she has moved backwards after that episode, but it wasn't a drastic movement. Most people seem to be not too much against her after that episode. So we'll have to see, and I do say wait and before you actually overreact because we don't know the full story, but she is definitely being pretty jealous here, so we'll have to see, especially after that cliffhanger, how she's going to handle the situation, and if it's more of you being such a good sport about it, or if Ayumu is going to learn to grow up or be able to be satisfied with the current situation and be more accepting of that. And for the rest of the other girls, they've been mostly the same. So we got a good idea of where most people feel about most of the girls here. Now that it's been a little after they had their episode, we still have a few more episodes to see how this situation will change, but some people seem to be liking it because it spices up the story. So of course, as normal, if you wish to know about the demographics of my voters, here are the demographics if you are curious. And of course, I would like to thank all the people who voted in this poll. Here are all the names shown on the screen. Thank you very much to all these voters. If you want to be one of these people that I put up on here, make sure you vote in the poll. It will open up on Saturday after the episode airs. So make sure you go ahead and vote on that. Here are some of the comments as I was talking about, where a lot of people had opinions about Ayumu. Some people really hate how selfish she's being. Some people actually like it, as it makes it more interesting and brings more depth to the story, the interactions, and the characters, and makes it so it's not all, you know, flowers and pretty and everything's happy, which doesn't necessarily always make the best story per se. So some people do like these kind of dramas, especially if you think about chapters 20. I guess this is kind of more tame compared to that, and some people do want to see this be played out, and some people appreciate Ayumu doing this. But let me know what you guys think about the current situation after episode 11. How do you feel about the situation with Ayumu and you? If you are okay with it or not, let me know. And of course, let me know about all the other characters as well, because they're also in the anime as well. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to catch you guys in another video soon.